What is a monastery? A monastery is not so much a place set apart for monks and nuns as it is a place set apart, period. The principles of monasticism are time-tested, saint-sanctioned, and altogether trustworthy. But there are different kinds of monasteries, different ways of putting ourselves into harmony with the mild, and different kinds of monastic bells. Response to duty can be monastic prayer, a needy hand can be a monastic bell, and working without status and power can constitute a withdrawal into a monastery where God can meet us. This is one simple and ordinary way that domestic can be the monastic. Chapter 3. It was the Cistercian monastic fathers of the 12th century who wrote memorably about friendship, how the friendship between human beings can reflect and inspire greater friendships between a person and God. But there is nothing privileged about friendship in a monastic life. For any of us, in any kind of domestic and everyday life, one of the richest experiences of grace that we can have this side of eternity is the experience of friendship. Dictionaries define friendship as a relationship of mutual affection, a bond richer than mere association. They then go on to link friendship to a number of words: kindness, love, sympathy, empathy, honesty, altruism, loyalty, understanding, compassion, comfort, and, not least, trust. Friends, the dictionary asserts, enjoy each other's company, express their feelings to each other, and make mistakes without fear of judgment from the other. That basically covers things, but to better grasp the real grace of friendship, a number of things inside the definition need explication. First, as the Greek Stoics affirmed, and as is evident through Christian spirituality, true friendship is only possible among people who are practicing virtue. A gang is not a circle of friendship, nor are many ideological circles. Why? Because friendships need to bring grace, and grace is only found in virtue. Next, friendship is more merely human than it is wonderfully human. When it is genuine, friendship is nothing less than a participation in the flow of life and love that's got inside of God. Scripture tells us that God is love, but the word it uses for love in this case is the Greek word agape, a term that might be rendered as family or community or the sharing of life. Excuse me. Hence, the famous text, God is love, might be transliterated to read, God is family, God is community, God is shared existence, and whoever shares his or her existence inside community and friendship is participating in the very flow of life and love that is inside the Trinity. But this isn't always true. Friendship and family can take different forms. The contemporary Quaker writer Parker Palmer submits, "If you come here faithfully, you bring great blessing." Conversely, the great Sufi mystic Rumi writes, "If you are here unfaithfully, you bring great harm." Family and community can bring grace or block it. Our circle of one of love and grace or it can be one of hatred and sin. Let me read that again. Our circle can be one of love and grace, or it can be one of hatred and sin. Only the former merits the name friendship. Friendship, says St. Augustine, is a beauty of a soul. Deep Life-giving friendship, as we all know, is as difficult as it is rare. Why? We all long for it in the depths of our soul. So why is it so difficult to find? We all know why. We're different from each other, unique and rightly cautious as to whom we give entry into our soul. And so isn't easy to find a soulmate, to have that kind of affinity and trust. Nor is it easy to sustain a friendship once we have found one. Sustained friendship takes hard commitment, and that's not our strong point, as our psyches and our world forever shift and turn. Moreover, today virtual friendships don't always translate into real friendships. Finally, not least, friendship is often hindered or derailed by sex or sexual tension. This is simply a fact of nature and a fact within our culture and other cultures. Sex and sexuality, while they, while they ideally should be the basis for deep friendship, often are the major hindrance to friendship. Moreover, in our own culture, whose ethos prizes sex over friendship, friendship is often seen as a substitute, and a second best one at that, for sex. Well, while that may be in our cultural ethos, it's clearly not what's deepest in our souls. There we long for something that's ultimately deeper than sex, or that is sex in a fuller flowering. There's a deep desire in all of us, be that a deeper form of sexual desire or a desire for something that's beyond sex, for a soulmate, for someone to sleep with morally. More deeply than we ache for a sexual partner, we ache for a moral partner, though these desires aren't mutually exclusive, just hard to combine. Friendship, like love, is always partly a mystery, something beyond us. It's a struggle in all our cultures. Part of this is simply our humanity. The pearl of great price, from Jesus' profound parable in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 13, is not easily found nor easily retained. True friendship is an eschatological thing, found, though never perfectly, in this life. Cultural and religious factors always work against friendship, as does the omnipresence of sexual tension. Sometimes poets can reach where academics cannot, and so I offer these insights from a poet vis-a-vis the interrelationship between friendship and sex. Friendship, Rainier Marie Rilke suggests, is often one of the great taboos within a culture, but it remains always the end game. In a deep, felicitous love between two people, you can eventually become the loving protectors of each other's solitude. Sex is, admittingly, very powerful, but no matter how powerful, beautiful, and wondrous it may be, if you become the loving protectors of each other's solitude, love gradually turns into friendship. And as Michael de Montaigne affirmed in one of his classic essays, the end of friendship may be more important than love. The epiphanies of youth are meant to blossom and ripen into something everlasting.